Hi, welcome to Highly Social. I'm your host, Mike Eaton. Today's podcast is brought to you by Golden Cricket Protein Bars. That's right, Golden Cricket utilizes the most sustainable protein source on the planet, crickets. Yes, the insects, and comes in one delicious flavor, peanut butter, chocolate, banana. You know I love it. I talk about it every week. Why crickets? Because they are 65% protein by weight, and they have more nutrients and use less water to produce than literally any other protein source. Go to goldencricket.com and use promo code EATON for 10% off. We are also brought to you by Joker Glass. My bong, I don't know where they put it, but it'll show up, and I'll have it next episode so that I can go back to taking fat rips. But go and check them out. Joker Glass, making the best bongs on the market. Now you can buy all the pieces individually, so you can get the honeycomb perk, you can get the beaker base, and you can get the straight tube up top all individually, or all together. Use code EATON for 25% off at discount. Now it's time to introduce my guest for today. It's Mr. Ike Rafferty.
Hi, how's it going, Mike?
Wonderful. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Highly Social.
Thank you for having me. I love it.
I know, I don't deserve any of this. It's so wild. Every time I have a guest in, they're like, wow, Mike.
I wasn't going to say it, but I think we're all thinking
you
it.
Fool. Yeah, so I met you, it's been about a month now, I guess.
I believe so, yes.
And you were in town doing a Secret Show.
That's right, yes.
Because you crushed on Kill Tony and got invited and passed to Secret Show.
Thank you, yeah. Well, I mean, I think that time was... that week I hadn't got on Kill Tony. It was just me telling Tony that I was there.
Yeah.
And then he was nice enough to get me the spot that week. But yeah, the first time I got on Secret Show was from Kill Tony.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, man.
But we talked a good bit last time. We went to Los Chilaquiles.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fucking bomb food. But we talked a little bit. So you haven't been doing stand-up that long.
It's been about 7.5 months.
Yeah. Which is wild because you're already crushing.
Thanks, man.
It's cool
it's been fun to figure out. It's a very, very different art form from anything else I've ever tried. And
so you have a theater background, right?
I've done theater, I've done poetry, I've done a bunch of other random.
That's weird because you're not like annoying.
Well, I'm toning it down for the pod, Mike. I'm trying to
tone it back up.
Trying to be palatable.
Full flare.
All right, you want some jazz hands, Mike? There you go. How's that? Clip that,
dude. I look at it. I grew up in like suburban Texas, and so there was a theater program, but we beat up those kids. We play football.
Yeah,
like, hey, you're gay. Stop being in theater. That's gay.
I've almost had my ass kicked a few times.
And then after I graduated high school, one of the guys that was in theater, we became closer, and I went and saw a couple of his plays as an adult.
And then he beat your ass,
right? I wish. No, shout out Christian Janko, But then when I got to LA and I met all these people that had grown up with the idea of show business being like a viable career path, like I met a lot of them that were like cool kids where it was like cool to be in theater.
Yeah.
And it was like, this is how you get into acting.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, did I miss out?
That's like a whole world, man. You missed out on it.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
Unmiss me out. What was I missing?
Oh man, you're missing out. God, you're just missing out. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about all those memories I had, and I'm sad for you that you didn't have them.
Yeah.
Your life was so filled with anger and beating people up. And
I know.
When I wasn't getting beaten up, I was dancing, and I was pretending to be a guy in the 20s, and I was doing some other random dumb shit in some costume somewhere and feeling alive. And you didn't experience that, and I feel sad. Yeah,
man, I really did miss out on pretending to be a guy from the 20s.
That's what theater is all about.
I do think the costumes part would be exciting.
The costumes was fun, and it was fun when I was in high school, and because you'd go through the months of rehearsal, and you'd have the part you were playing, the guy from the 20s.
Yeah.
And you're going through all the motions and the scenes, and eventually it kind of becomes like second nature. You go on autopilot, you're getting closer to the showtime, and it's like, whatever, I'm the guy from the 20s, who fucking cares? Mm-hmm. But then the showtime comes. You get to a dress rehearsal. You put on that costume for the first time, and you are the guy from the 20s. It's insane. It's insane. I get I get why Jared Leto does what he does.
Yeah,
I get it.
So it's really you are putting yourself into being the other person.
Oh yeah. All I need is to take that dollar store eyeliner that the makeup person has, draw on a pencil stash, and I am the guy from the 20s. It's akin to Jared Leto sending dead rats and used condoms to his co-stars for the Joker movies.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's just like that.
I've always admired his work, so I think method acting is the only real acting.
That's all there is.
It's the only one with a method, so there's that.
I haven't heard of any other ones.
Yeah, only other methods I've heard of are on Netflix.
Actually, that's not true. See, and now, Mike, this is where your lack of theater background comes in, because there's the Stanislavski method, there's the Uta Hagen method, there's all these different methods for acting.
I practice the Hagen-Dazs method of acting.
What's your poison? You have a flavor of choice? What's going on there?
If we're going Hagen-Dazs, the creme brulee.
Oh, I don't think I've had that.
That sounds
damn good.
It is a showstopper of ice cream flavors, but that's the only time I'll go over to Haagen-Dazs, because I'm a big toppings guy. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like all the shit in there. I like all the mix-ins. Yeah.
Hell yeah. So do you ever get like those core fudge kinds?
Oh, brother, you know it. I've tried every core they've made. Peanut butter core, fudge core, brownie batter core. I'm cored up.
You're all cored up, dude.
I've toured the Ben and Jerry's factory in Vermont.
Have you now?
Did
you meet the boys themselves?
I did not.
Oh,
but it's the coolest factory. It's like if you were like, hey, I'm a fat kid with imagination and my passion is ice cream. Where could I go to have like a Willy Wonka wonderland of fun?
Sure. Was this like a school tour?
No, family vacation, and my dad knows I'm fat and was like, we'll make a stop for my boy.
Hell yeah.
But they're just like imagining flavors together. So like there's rooms where there's just a bunch of dudes sitting around with flavors on whiteboards. And
what if we did fucking cherry beef?
Yeah.
No, not that.
But exactly. And they'll have all these things. And then at the end of it, they have a section where they're making small batches of the flavors to try them. So we got to try these flavors that'll never make it to production, that are just like today's batch. And one of them was like a lemon curd that fucking out of this world. I was like, man.
Now, was this in the pre-core days?
Yes, this was a pre-core.
Those were dark days.
Yeah.
If only little Mikey knew what was to come.
This was right when they were starting to make the celebrity collab ones.
Okay.
So they had just released the Tonight Dough.
I do enjoy that one.
And that was the one that has the two different cookie doughs. And then the one that got me really jazzed up for them was when they made the Jimmy Fallon one with the chocolate-covered potato chips.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's good. I like the Americone Dream one, the Stephen Colbert one. Yeah. I mean, that's also a flavor I like in the Haagen-Dazs. They have a similar one that's like waffle cone pieces and like caramel and stuff.
Yeah?
Oh,
man.
I mean, it's no core, but...
So your core is that's your go-to?
No. I actually haven't had it too much. I feel like every time I try to go for it, they're sold out. Maybe you're fucking buying them all up.
There's a distinct possibility. Walmart, I have found to have the best ice cream selection.
Is that true?
If you are looking for those. However, have you been to Central Market?
No, I can't say I have.
Next time that you are in town.
Okay. Is that like an H-E-B? I've been to one of those.
It's H-E-B's Gourmet.
Okay.
So the same way that like Whole Foods is like all fancy.
Sure.
So it's the same thing, but from local Texas stuff.
Okay.
'Cause it's an H-E-B brand.
Hell yeah.
So they have all of the like fine fancy gourmet cheeses and stuff from like local dairies and all that. But their ice cream section, they have from like really gourmet creameries that, like grass-fed
How gourmet
milk.
we talking here?
Like Mammoth Creamery is...
I don't even know what that is, but that sounds luxurious.
So good. But they have... You can buy it from cows that are just like exclusively in New Zealand and have like names and are friends with each other and stuff. Like they're getting really heavy into high quality dairy.
Sure.
And then like soup, like Tahitian vanilla or Madagascar vanilla bean.
Right.
And you're like, ooh.
Well, like with like Kobe beef, for example, aren't there, or Wagyu, aren't there types of cuts of beef where they like massage the cows while they're still alive and they like feed them beer and shit? Like, it makes sense that that's making its way to the ice cream game. Start,
finally
coddling the nips, the udders, really make it an enjoyable experience for everyone.
For real. I want to know if so I guess, do we eat boy and girl cows?
God, I hope.
I don't know.
I don't want to discriminate.
Yeah, I don't either. But I want to see if cow orgasms would influence the flavor. Because I know we're already massaging them and getting them drunk, but if we can just make them come constantly.
Yeah, there really needs to be some, and if this isn't a thing, someone needs to hop on this stat. There really should be some high-end steakery where you go there and there's a whole full menu with a bio, of all the cows.
Yeah.
And you can choose like, oh, this cow was a, teenage cow. And,
This was Harold. He was a little racist.
Yeah, this one was a little angsty, but that might make it a little chewier, something like that. Yeah.
I'm 100% in.
I think we're onto something here. You guys, maybe the podcast can just open up its own subsidiary steakhouse. I don't know.
It would be so, because I think this is literally the exact opposite train that vegans want us on.
Right.
Instead of empathizing with the animal and saying I shouldn't eat it, I'm empathizing with it and wanting to make it more delicious.
Yeah, it's making me want to consume it all the more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know it has a soul, and I want it in my belly.
Yeah, I want to take its power.
I want to take its life force.
I want to have cow soul.
I can't get through my 9 to 5 otherwise.
I get it. Did you have any good steak or beef product while you were here?
Let me reflect. I have had barbecue several times.
Okay, good.
I went to, I think it was just the same place both times. These Styles or whatever.
Style Switch.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Very good. I had some chicken. I had some brisket. I can't complain there. Had some tacos at a few places. The
Excellent.
beef, everywhere I've been, the food has been great.
Yeah.
I really I have no complaints.
This is a fun food city for sure.
Oh yeah. I will say though, where we went, what was it?
Chilaquiles.
That's still probably one of the better meals I've had.
I was very pleasantly surprised by them too.
And this just, you know what? On that day a month ago when we had a meal together, I took a Lyft ride to the location, and my Lyft driver was talking shit about the place.
I remember now. Yeah, he was like,
So if you're out there, what the fuck?
Yeah, Lyft, you idiot.
I'm switching to Uber, bitch.
Yeah, stick to driving.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
Yelp.
gonna walk next time. Fuck you, dude.
Dude, I hate walking. It's
that was a joke. I cannot walk more than like 20 feet.
I
get winded.
Do you do the scooters?
I love the scooters, man.
I fucking love the scooters. However, I'm finally getting on board with bike infrastructure.
Okay.
I would like to have protected lanes for me to scoot in.
For sure.
I do get scared.
There's like that one street downtown. I can't think of what, like 3rd Street or something like that, where it's the one where the little train that's on there. There's like anyway, whatever that street is, most of that street is like bike lane. So but there needs to be more stuff like
100%.
that, for sure.
Like Congress goes north-south and has a good bike lane on it.
Yeah.
Protected.
Yeah, but that's like the main one.
Yeah, so I can go 2 places and then I gotta fucking walk.
Yeah. Anywhere on Congress, man. Take your pick.
How do you feel about bikes though?
My mom is a triathlete, so
she is a bike.
My mom's a bike. And it's a dark, rich family history that I don't think we have enough time for today. Me and the bikes go way back, but yeah, no, my mom's a cyclist, and so I have a long storied history with her cycling and her always being, because apparently, the consensus is, at least that I always see in like comedy and on TV, is people will bitch about cyclists.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh, these fucking cyclists in the fucking road. And my mom's always the one that's like, what the fuck? I'm cyclist. So, I'm
interesting. Yes, this would be good because I hate them and I want to hit them with my car.
Yeah, exactly. And my mom's always like, why do they want to hit me with their car?
Yeah, well,
so I feel like I'm in the middle between you and my mom right now. Like, I don't want to pick sides. Hit my mom or don't. Just leave me out of it.
Well, so that's where I think I'm getting on board with bike infrastructure, because I want them to have bike area so that I don't have to hit them with my car.
Sure.
Because if you are just riding in traffic with me and you're going 25 miles an hour out of the speed limit, I want to feel the crunch of you under my wheels.
Right. So now that begs, I find this interesting then, since in Austin, the scooters are supposed to be ridden on the street. How do you feel similarly about those? You want to
100%.
crunch and munch every single scooter?
100%. I also get like a very hardcore need to, like, I want to swing a bat at them.
Wow.
Like, do you know how satisfying that connection would feel out your window?
Sure.
Just thunk right on the back of their knees.
Of course.
And then just watch them crumble.
And so you're handling the wheel with one hand. You got a bat extended out your passenger window, or are they in the street with you and it's out your driver's side?
That's a great question.
Do you have it needs to be a long bat, or you need to have a far reach. So
Yeah, it's not gonna.
I don't know.
I'm gonna need a really long bat.
Really long bat.
Perhaps a golf club.
All right, this is interesting.
Because I think a golf
Like
club.
a 9-iron or something like that.
I'm going driver.
Oh,
I want like a big, like, I don't remember how they measured the girth and head of a driver.
Right.
But I want a big one. I want one of those big trampoline face Nike boys.
Yeah.
And reach that out the back. And then I can swing back, and then the flex of the club is going to bend at the windowsill.
okay.
And it's going to bend back and then swing forward. So I'll go funk, and it'll go pop, and then just that big face in the middle of their back.
I feel like I need to write this down. I feel like this is good. These are points. These are some good pointers that we all could take. And I'd love to get my mom's opinion on it too later. I'll have to ask her.
Mom, do you think if you were hit in the back with a driver by a man going 40, would you stop biking?
Yeah. No, I don't know. It's interesting. It's really interesting. And you know, with our president also biking, like
Yeah.
you know, but you know, let's say you go. This is a hypothetical.
Yeah.
Stick with me. This is insane here. Okay. You're driving down the road. There's a cyclist going way too slow.
Yeah.
You take out your golf club.
Yeah.
You're getting ready to bash him. It's the president.
Yeah.
What do you do, Mike? I mean, what do you do? Do you commit on your follow through and what you said to do with the cyclist going too slow?
God, that's so tough. I think, man, because on one hand, it is just assault.
Right.
It is just violent assault. And because I'm using a vehicle, I think it's assault with a deadly weapon.
Well, and a golf club too.
Yeah, another deadly weapon. So, and because I've now talked about it on here, it's premeditated.
Yeah, of course. So, and it's the president, and people are
we're just
so weird about what happens to the presidents.
It's so annoying. Like, what does he even do?
Our public figures must be protected.
Secret Service. That's a secret I'd like them to stop keeping. You know?
What's the secret? I see them. They're right there, and they're telling me to back off. Like, there's no secret here.
That is the worst name.
Exactly. I mean, I can clearly see you. You guys are all very, very obvious.
So, are they doing a bad job, and that's why I got so close?
Yeah, exactly. Right. You know, there's something here that needs to be figured out. And I don't know who's to blame. I don't know which side of the political spectrum is to blame for the problem with the Secret Service, but it goes all the way to the top, and they need to be, massaged a little bit like those dairy cows.
Have you thought about voting?
Have I thought about it just ever, like in general? I thought about it.
It's kind of cool.
I'm like, hey, you make your voice heard on a little paper. It's cool.
I forgot to do it.
Oh no, Mike.
Yeah.
Don't tell any people on Facebook that.
Hey, Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook will be so upset with you.
I forgot to vote. I forgot to register to vote.
Oh, and you forgot to register.
I forgot to vote I forgot to vote for 10 years.
Oh, Mike.
Damn it.
Mike. Just think how your one vote could have changed everything.
I know.
Didn't you ever see that movie Swing Vote?
I didn't.
I didn't either, but there was a movie called, I remember distinctly seeing the trailer for it 15 years ago or something like that. It was a movie called Swing Vote. And the premise of the movie was there was a political or some major election, some type of election going on. And it came down to one vote. And the one vote, like one guy was a deciding vote. So the whole premise of the movie is you have these two different sides of the political party trying to like schmooze up to this random like Joe Schmo guy to get them to vote for him. That could have been you, Mike. That could have been you. You could have had major politicians rubbing shoulders with you going, Mike, you want any Ben and Jerry Core ice creams? I'll get you all the Ben and Jerry Core ice creams you want if you just vote my way.
I want Ben and Jerry's ice cream that they've infused with THC.
Sure, that's a simple request, Mike. That's easy. That's easy shit. All you got to do is cast your vote.
If I had just voted, I could have weed ice cream.
Dude, come on, man.
No, I haven't had any in a while because I have stopped smoking THC and I'm just a CBD boy now.
Oh, CBD. How does that make you feel?
It's fine.
Okay. Nice.
It's great. It's
Nice.
so good. But I have had, especially in LA, some different crazy kinds of edibles, and I had an ice cream with weed in it.
Now I've heard of these California delicacies out there. Because they've had weed for a while now, and so I've heard of these like weed restaurants and weed bars and shit. So tell me about it. Tell me. I'd love to.
So I went to the first weed restaurant that they were able to open, the Cannabis Cafe.
Okay.
So it had been promised for a while, and then Lowell Farms is one of my.
I've heard of that one. That's the one with the cow, right? Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So they are one of my favorite groweries, if you will.
Hell yeah.
So they buy the Cannabis Cafe, and then it changes to the Lowell Farms Cannabis Cafe, and then there's like a lottery. So I get I like wait, and I get a fucking reservation. So me and 3 people went.
Okay.
A couple comics, 2 girls, and one of the girls' boyfriends. So we go. The server comes out, and we have a food server.
Okay.
And they show us the menu, and we order some food. We got like a elote hot dog or something. It was kind of fun stoner food, but nothing really to write home about. But
Got
good.
it.
And then the second server came out, who was the weed server, and they have different apparatuses that you can rent. So they have like the cool gravity bongs,
Really?
and things, and like dab rigs, and then they also have bunches of different pre-rolls,
Okay.
and edibles and everything. But the stuff that you can consume there on the property is capped by the potency.
Got it.
So you could only buy up to like 10 milligrams of edibles,
Interesting.
and that doesn't do anything
Got
to
it.
me.
Right. You probably have to have a pretty low tolerance.
Yeah, yeah. So, it was a really cool experience, but it was one of those things where if you got rid of all of the bureaucracy and laws around it, you could make it like really fucking cool.
Yeah, I'm sure you could go fucking balls out with that
Well,
shit.
if you could infuse the food that you were serving there,
Absolutely.
that was what I was hoping for. I was
Use the
hoping,
bread, put out some bread.
Yeah, I was
Weed
hoping,
bread.
wheat bread, wheat butter. Have that to start my meal.
You need to vote, Mike. You need to start requesting this stuff. I'm serious.
I don't know. Do you think it does anything?
Voting?
Yeah.
It casts one vote for that person.
Yeah.
So, and numbers add up, I'm assuming.
I guess.
And then the most numbers win is as it's been explained to me.
So I guess then, well, I think my problem is like every time that I go to like get into the politics stuff and who I should vote for, none of them are saying anything I care about.
Right.
Like weed's not an issue that they're actually like actively working on. They're dealing with taxes and stuff.
Yeah. I kind of wish, I want to get to know them a little bit better outside of like their policies. Like I think that there should be platforms that all the candidates have to go on where they just kind of like bitch about something. Something personal in their life that's totally unrelated to politics. Where it's like, I got this fucking neighbor, dude. You know what I mean? Like I want to relate to these people. I want to
100%.
Yeah. It removes sort of the political stigma away from it, and maybe I find myself maybe I'm a Republican and I find myself relating to a Democrat, or I'm a Democrat and I find myself relating to a Republican because we both have a shitty brother-in-law. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I've also found that no matter how like deeply held someone's political beliefs are, if you meet a charismatic person that has the different beliefs, like they stop mattering that much.
Yeah.
It's weird that way. Like, I mean, George Bush and Bill Clinton are both pretty good examples of that.
Right.
Where they, like George Bush was like everybody just wanted to have a beer with him. And he was just like, hey, y'all, I'm kind of retarded. And then it was fine. And Bill Clinton played the saxophone on late night television.
I mean, it doesn't get any fucking cooler than that.
Right? So we need to get back to those guys.
Absolutely.
Trump and Biden have both been they're too much about work.
Serious lack of beers and instruments. Trump doesn't drink. I don't know if Biden drinks, but we need more beer. We need more instruments. What instruments do you think they should play?
That's a good question.
I'd love to give Biden a harmonica.
Ooh.
I don't know if he could play it that long or that well, but I'd love to see him try. It's like the raspiest like notes you hear. Oh my God.
Oh man, I would like him to play the juice harp.
Okay.
Like doing mouth harp stuff.
I would like to see Trump play the theremin. Do you know the theremin? Do you know what that is?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Easily the coolest instrument.
Absolutely. I own one.
That's so awesome.
It's almost impossible to play.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's very hard.
Impossible insofar as you can't make it make noises, or
No,
just
no,
that
no,
you
no,
can't
no.
make the noises pleasing.
That. So I that one right there. And I'm also notoriously bad for like giving up on something if I'm not instantly good at it. And so like the theremin was something that like for years when I was younger, I was like, oh, this would be hilarious to own. And it would be hilarious if I happened to own this and happened to be good at it. Like I just think that would be a funny random ass thing to whip out and be like, oh, by the way, I play this dumbass thing really well. And I got it, and it's just so fucking hard to play. So if for people who don't know, a theremin is like an electromagnetic instrument sort of thing where you play without touching it. So there's like antennas on it, and there's one antenna for pitch, and so the closer your hand is to it, the higher the note goes, and then the farther away and closer to you, the lower the note is. Okay. And there's a antenna for volume, and so you just kind of play that way where you're like going like. And it almost always sounds like a cat in heat, at least when I play. So I don't know if that's good. I don't know if I'm doing it right. I don't know if the theremin's supposed to sound like a cat in fucking heat, but I choose to believe that is what you're supposed to do.
I've seen like a decent number of theremin videos of people playing them, and I've never heard
There's some people that play them really fucking well. And of course they have like $5,000 theremins that are like beautifully made out of these gorgeous wood, and I have like a dinky little plastic one. I
have not heard any that sounded good in the way that like someone with a guitar sounds good though. Like the videos I've
seen. You never heard Wonderwall on a theremin?
No. Is that possible?
Probably, but
see, that's the thing. I've never heard anything that resembled a song. It's always they're killing it, and it's fun to watch because they're doing tart hands.
Sure,
but
when I was getting into it, there's one woman, I can't think of her fucking name right now, but if anybody just searches theremin, whatever, you probably
bitch with a theremin.
She'll probably pop up in the first like 10 to 15 videos. But there's a woman who does a lot of like, she performs with like orchestras and stuff, and she like plays the theremin, and it actually sounds pretty good. She's pretty good at it. And she's like European or something, and she actually teaches how to play the theremin. But yeah, no, largely of all the videos I've seen, it is mainly that cat in heat sound.
Maggie Gyllenhaal plays the theremin.
Does she now?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not who I was thinking of, but holy shit.
Well, no, I know that was just
that's crazy.
She had the same thought as you.
Yeah, where it's like, wouldn't that be funny if I...
What if I was just, I could play a theremin?
Jake is like, what the hell, Maggie? That's my Jake. What the hell, Maggie? What's this? A freaking theremin, Maggie? What the hell?
I love doing impressions of people that sound nothing like the people.
I mean, yeah, that's fun, but I don't know what you mean, because that's not what I just fucking did.
Completely unrelated to what you were doing.
Roll a clip of Jake Gyllenhaal. I sound just like that, dude.
This is Jake Gyllenhaal. This would be Jake
I'm
Gyllenhaal.
The Nightcrawler, Donnie Darko.
Photos. I'm taking photos of Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, man, dead bodies. I got to hop on this thing. Spoiler.
I never saw that. I'm bad at seeing movies.
It's a very good movie.
Are you a big movie guy?
I love movies.
Yeah?
I love movies. I got a tattoo right here of a symbol from a 2009 Greek film. That's how much I love movies. You ever heard of Dogtooth? You ever heard of Lorgos Lanthimos? You know those? No? Well, check it out.
Well, you know how much I love movies? I have a tattoo right here from a American film from 2000, maybe 10, 11.
Oh, okay.
Are you familiar with the Transformers franchise?
Oh, I think I've heard of that. Are we talking about the Shia LaBeouf
symbol?
one?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Of course, Shia LaBeouf.
Hell yeah, dude.
Shia LaBeouf, Megan Fox. This was a sexual awakening when she fixed that Camaro.
Absolutely.
Why'd she have to be so hot, sweaty, working on that car?
Way too hot.
So hot.
I think she was, and then they were supposed to be like the love interest, right?
Yeah.
She was a little out of his league, I think.
For sure,
right?
for sure. But
Autobot? Or wait, what are we talking?
But he saves the universe. So
fuck.
You know.
Yeah, that's like a super hot guy being with like a funny guy. I guess if you save the universe, you can get the hot chick.
Yeah. I think that's how it should work. Like, I think if you save the universe, you should get to bang Megan Fox.
Yeah. Is that what you're working on? You're working on trying to save the universe right now?
Really trying. Except Megan Fox has now been Machine Gun Kelly'd.
I think you could split that up.
I don't want to, because
now that they're like drinking each other's blood and stuff.
Yeah. See, I don't want his sloppy seconds.
Right.
Machine Gun Kelly's already what are we gonna do that's new? What are me and Megan gonna have a first of?
I don't know, dude.
She's already done it all with MGK.
She drinks your plasma. Specifically. So you take like the platelets out of your blood and she drinks those things. Yeah.
I could get down with that.
Yeah, man. You might need some sort of machine or apparatus to do it, but that's fucking love, dude.
Drinking your partner's plasma.
Yeah.
That's
drinking
love.
your partner's plasma. That's love.
Yeah. Have you drank your wife's plasma?
I guess I'm not in love. Whoa. Holy shit. Well, our 3-year wedding anniversary was this week. So maybe when I get back, maybe I'll have to call up a phlebotomist.
Yeah.
Make it happen. Isn't that what they're called? Phlebotomist?
Yeah, it is. That nailed it, dude. Good job. That's the needle stabby blood people.
Fucking doubted myself, dude.
Yeah, never. Some
nice Caribbean woman to come in and be like, I'll take your platelets now. Or, whatever.
I'm taking the platelets.
Just like that.
So I'm obsessed with white Rastas. How do you feel about them?
Like white people who speak like big up to you, like Chet Hanks.
Yeah.
Have you seen Chet Hanks?
Oh, yeah, buddy.
That patois? Oh.
Boomba clot. Pussy boy.
Big ups to you, them. I love it. I think it's great. I think it's, I think we're slowly drifting away from like, cultural appropriation to cultural appreciation. I think we're all becoming more of a melting pot. And I think a fair estimate would be that in 8 to 13 years time, every man, woman, and child will be speaking in patois.
I would love that. Honestly, that would be such a beautiful future.
Yeah. 20 on pump 10. Or,
man.
I got to figure out what the, the patois version of saying that is, but you know what I mean.
That'd be so cool. The reason that my love was recently rekindled, I found a man on TikTok who's from Jamaica.
Okay.
And he looks like you or I. But he's just like a heavyset white guy.
Okay.
And he's a waiter at a restaurant.
All right.
And he had a table complain about his voice to the manager. And they're like, why is this guy doing this voice to us? He's like, this just the way me talks. I can't help it. I was raised here. And the couple's like, this is unacceptable. Look at what he's doing. And the manager's like, that's how he talks. They're like, we will not be dining at this racist establishment.
Oh my God.
And he's like, because me was raised here? And it's just watching this big white guy that's so upset they don't believe him.
Oh my God.
So he's getting like frustrated. He's like, I don't know why they won't believe that I talk like this. And it's like,
This is like a reverse Jungle Book here. Like this is
he's awesome, but
crazy.
I want more of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
We need a patois comedian.
I'm pretty new into the game. Maybe I could change things up. I don't.
Yeah.
I did just go from a beard to a mustache. Maybe it's time I go from non-patois to patois.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So how about airplane food? Or no, I need some tinkering. I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you.
What's the deal with black people?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
They're my favorite.
Exactly. There you go. Yeah. You got it. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I really like the white Rastas as just a person. But when you get into the cultural appropriation stuff, I have found that is a uniquely white complaint.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's always the the fucking Sarahs out there that are like, hey, you can't.
Yeah, stop wearing that. That's not okay.
You shouldn't.
And I was like, well, this was given to me by them.
Right.
They wanted me to have this.
Yeah. They / them wanted me to have this.
Yeah, when I get off the plane in Hawaii, they are the ones throwing flower necklaces on me.
Right.
I'm not going and seeking those out.
Right.
But
if you didn't get one, you'd be a little pissed, right?
Oh, I'd be furious.
You'd be a little pissed.
Yeah.
I mean, that's no way to start off
what kind of howly am I?
That's no way to start off a Hawaii trip. You need to get
That's their
laid.
white racial slur, by the way. That's what they call the
what is it now?
Whites that they howly.
Howly?
HAOLE. Howly.
I love that. That's
yeah,
great.
dude. I
need more of those. Like Gringo, Howley, give it to me. Give it to me.
For real. I got called a snow roach online the other day. How good is that?
That's so funny. I feel like there's no white slur you could say to me that would ever make me go, it's all funny. It's all just fucking funny.
Every single time it feels good.
Yeah, seriously.
Even when it's meant with
I've been called a cracker before and I'm like,
that's cool.
Okay.
Dude, bird shit is another good one.
Bird shit? Yeah. Oh, I get it. I just have never heard it. Where is that typically used?
So it's a white racial slur. I have gotten into some heat on TikTok where I'll piss off different communities with clips, and then they'll come in and be like, "These bird shit snow roach motherfuckers." And
oh
it's like,
no!
Let's go.
How are you pissing these people off, Mike? What are you doing on TikTok?
All sorts of things.
Oh no.
I actually talked about this. I think it was not last episode, but the one before with Adam and Chris. Adam Lucky came on my old podcast, and we were talking about a snuff film. And in the said snuff film, a black guy kills an older white man while they're having sex. Huh. And the reason it was such an interesting snuff film is because they speak English.
Okay.
Which is not usual for death videos. If you watch enough death videos, you know that usually there's
Like it's a legit snuff.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
Got
we were
got
talking about
got
like actual death videos.
Sure. Okay.
Adam and Chris are insane, and they like those.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, I have several friends who like to send them to me because they know I'm squeamish, and I'm like, ooh, icky death.
Yeah.
So I get sent a lot, but
What great friends you have, Mike.
I know.
You gotta love your friends, man.
they're so good. So. The black guy kills the white guy, and Adam remarked that because they speak English, it was crazy because normally when they don't, it's easier not to care and to dissociate from it because they're not
Sure.
speaking. You don't even know what they're saying.
Right.
And I posted that clip, and then a gentleman was very upset about that and saying that we were racist and that when people aren't speaking the same language as us, they're not human anymore, so we don't care about seeing them get killed, which is like a gross interpretation of what we were saying.
I mean, I just think that's silly because I think from what it sounds like, it just sounds like he's speaking from his experience, and that same experience could be the exact same thing flipped for someone else. You know what I mean? Someone in a non-English speaking country watching an English sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like, so
we don't have as many videos of toddlers getting run over in the streets.
You know, not nearly enough. And you know what? Maybe they need to get on bikes, and then we'll start running them over more, and then we'll start filming it, put it on TikTok.
Let's go.
Let's go, dude. Let's go,
Let's make
baby.
videos with bike people.
Absolutely.
But so we pissed off, and then the guy that made the video, he made a duet. So it starts off with the clip, and then it gets to this kid, and
he's like,
that's unacceptable. These white racist piece of shit, you know. Which I love hearing the phrase "white racist,"
right?
Because it's just like you're bringing race into it too. That's so cool.
Yeah,
sick, big ups. But
yeah, you know, they think that white people are like lame.
Yeah.
That's why you're saying that.
So
and it sucks. White people aren't lame, man. We're cool.
But he was also wearing, and I don't know what the purpose of the hat is. I think it's something to do with hair care. Okay. But he was wearing like a big poofy hat that looked like Jiffy Pop.
Okay.
Yeah. And so me and Adam both made some comments about that triggered some more things. No. But it is very fun. I've also I've been playing Pokemon Unite.
Okay.
Are you familiar?
No. I've been playing Pokemon Arceus.
Okay.
Pretty fun.
That's the traditional go and catch the Pokemons, fight the gym leaders.
Sort of. It's on the Switch, and it's the first one that's like open world concept.
Yeah.
Like, where you just kind of free roam around.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah. It's cool. It's fun. What's the one you're doing?
So it's Pokemon, but a MOBA, which I don't even know what MOBA actually stands for. But if you're familiar with like League of Legends or Dota,
vaguely.
So there's a map, and there's a selected pool of characters you can play as.
Okay.
All Pokemon, and then there are lanes that you can go down with neutral areas and neutral Pokemon in the middle.
Interesting.
So you're fighting each other in different lanes. All the Pokemon have different either offensive or defensive. Some are good at taking a lot of damage.
Sure.
Some are good at casting spells. Some are good at using their basic attack very quickly. So you have all these different roles and different types, and then your goal is to kill the other people. You score points from that, and then there's like a hoop that you have to dunk those points in to collect.
Is this an
them.
official Pokemon game?
It is.
Interesting.
Fascinating. It's super fast paced. The games are 6 minutes.
What is it on?
It's on the Switch.
Oh, okay.
And it's free.
Oh, I just fucking spent $60 on Arceus, so
but you're getting a lot more out of Arceus.
Sure.
There's like a lot to that game, but Unite's very fun because it's fast paced.
Hell yeah.
And so I played League of Legends for a long time, so I'm very familiar with the mechanics of the game.
Sure.
So I have like a leg up, and because it's still a pretty new game, a lot of kids are like learning to play MOBAs on it. So they're like, "Look, I'm Pikachu," and then you're just like, "Boom, boom, boom, boom,
boom, fuck
just
you,
shrek
dude.
them.
Eat it.
Yeah. So I dunk on children a lot.
Sure.
And you can voice chat with them.
Oh.
And that is another place that I've been called a lot of cool racial slurs.
Yeah.
I get called the N-word a lot more than white racial slurs.
Oh my God, Mike, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's very fun.
Okay.
It does feel good. I don't.
Yeah, you don't get what all the hubbub's about.
But yeah, I don't have any like personal relationship where it hurts, you know.
Right.
But it is unique though, because like when you get called a racial slur, there's something. It kind of feels a little good.
Yeah, of course.
Because you're like, I've upset this other person so much that they hate the color of my skin.
Right.
And I didn't even have to do anything. That's just me, and they hate it.
I'm just doing my thing.
I have power.
Yeah.
I am the snow roach.
I am the bird shit. Cuckoo cuckoo.
Oh man. Yeah, they don't release enough new racial slurs. They need more.
Yeah, it's like Merriam-Webster is always putting goddamn new fucking rando words in the like snatched and fleek and whatever these said.
Give me something I can use.
Yeah. Put in howly. If it's not already in there, put it in there.
So I think maybe that's what I need to do is I need to learn about other cultures so I can learn, because I learned other racial slurs for other people, non-whites.
I would really love to see a traveling show with you, Mike, where you go to every single nation in the world and find out what their slur for white people is. I think that sounds like a fantastic production, and I, for one, would watch every episode.
I'm just the Anthony Bourdain.
Anthony Bourdain of slurs. Yeah, dude, come on.
This is Gringos Unknown.
Absolutely. Why isn't this a thing, Mike? You got to make this a thing. You got to make a Patreon show.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah.
Oh, that is how we get away with them being able to say it.
Yeah, man.
But I don't think anyone cares about white racism. I think you can just say it.
No, they love it. They love that shit, man. And I love that shit.
Yeah, I think we're cool about it.
Everyone's cool with it.
I think the whites are generally cooler about racial slurs than the other races.
In my experience, I found that to be true.
Also, we're doing the lion's share of Creatum. Could you guys stop being so lazy, minorities, and make some new racial slurs?
Come on, guys. Seriously.
Every week, I wonder, at some point, I have to hope that this podcast will start to get a lot of views.
Sure.
And eventually, I have to imagine that people are going to watch older episodes.
And eventually, you're going to have to atone for what you fucking said, Mike. And your head's going to go on the chopping block. What episode number is this? Probably like
14, I think.
Okay. Episode 40, your head's going on the goddamn chopping block, Mike. So get ready. Enjoy the ride while you can.
Well, it's like someone made that supercut of Rogan of all the times he said the N-word.
Yeah. He was saying that in the show the other day where he was like, I'm even watching that video and I'm like, that's racist. Stop.
Like, stop saying it. But someone's definitely going to go back and make a supercut of all the times I just.
I mean, someone can make a supercut of every time you breathe wrong, dude. Someone's going to be mad always. You just got to keep doing you.
Yeah.
You got to keep, swinging that proverbial golf club at that proverbial cyclist, man.
What's your favorite crime you've committed?
Oh, shit. Let me just think. Arson's always a good one to fall back on when I'm bored. Loitering is probably a staple in my family. So many good ones.
Easily
man.
the best crime.
Yeah, loitering is such a funny crime.
I'm a big loitering
I'm just kind of hanging around a little too long.
I didn't spend money here.
Sorry. I think loitering should get the death penalty, but maybe that's just me. I don't know.
That's just me. I think loitering is one of those ones like the literacy tests where it sounds good in theory, and then you realize they were just using it for racism.
Sure.
And you're like, oh, that's not what I wanted.
Yeah, no.
I just don't like people standing around.
Right. Well, that's. I feel like that's sort of similar. In that same vein, convenience stores blasting like classical music. You've seen this? You heard about this?
So, do they do that where you live?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I thought that was a uniquely LA thing, because that was the first place I saw it.
It's creeping around there, man. I think I've seen a couple. It's not at everywhere in Florida, but I've seen it at a few places. Mm-hmm. And even driving here, there was a couple places I stopped at where it's just fucking loud, beautiful classical music.
But so loud.
Very loud. It's no one can loiter there.
It's kind of awesome.
It's yeah.
So there's a 7-Eleven. So the first time that I encountered it was in LA, and they don't turn the music on until nighttime.
Sure.
Like it's not an all day thing. And so I was leaving a show and I go to stop and get like a puff bar or something, and I get out of my car, and even before I get out of the car, I can hear it, and it's just dun 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 dun. I'm like, what the actual fuck? And I thought like it didn't like click immediately. Like this is to keep loiterers away. It was just like maybe the speakers broke.
Right. Yeah. There were a few times too where I heard it and I was like, oh, this is kind of funny. Like, all right. And I had no clue what was going on. And I was just like, all right, I guess the cashier's got some eclectic taste. I don't.
Right. Like every now and then you go into a smoke shop and they're just blasting heavy metal.
Right.
And you're
right.
like, I guess this is the vibe here. And so you're like, this 7-Eleven loves Chopin.
They're fancy.
That's their shit.
Yeah.
And then you see that there are none of the homeless around. And it keeps like a radius. They started doing it I remember when they started doing it because I lived pretty close by a 7-Eleven.
Homeless people's one weakness, classical music.
That's what it is, though.
I think it's having an opposite effect, Mike. I think it's making fancy homeless people. And I'm scared. I don't know about you, dude.
Could I trouble you for $10,000?
Holy shit, dude. I'm going to have nightmares right now.
Just, the finest of piss.
Oh, yes, well, you see, yes, my family and my baby, we haven't eaten in months. Yeah. We only need a few dollars to get a few miles, please.
Yeah. I'm what they call an outdoors person. It's all.
I haven't had a spot of crack in a day. Can you help me out?
I seem to be weary from the consumption.
It's been a fortnight since I last shut up. Please. I beseech you, please.
I beseech thee. Might I take shelter?
I'm scared, dude. It's scary, man. It's scary.
Fancy homeless sounds awesome. Just to top it. Might I wash thine window? Would thou care for a dirty rag scratched across the windshield?
I'm telling you, man, more and more of these places are blasting that classical music. You're going to see it happening. You're going to see it happening.
I don't have health insurance to replace my monocle. I can't afford the full glasses. I've only seen half an optometrist.
Oh, that's fucking good.
Man, that's really fun. That's really fun to think about.
Yeah, man.
The most fun that I've had, though, with the thought experiment is me, Jack Timmons, Darian Irwin, a few other very funny, Miles Johnson, were in front of, it's called Floor 13 now, but it used to be a comedy venue. Anyway, we're at Darian's show, and the idea came up of what if the plane that hit the towers on 9/11 was Soul Plane.
Okay, that's a good one. And where did the thought?
Man, that's fun to think about.
That is a very good thought.
Just Snoop Dogg fucking high as hell. Like, y'all motherfuckers want me to hear what?
That's like God,
hey, cut, see the plane.
I love shit like that. Casey Rocket has that joke about Stuart Little and his plane. Oh, man. I love shit like that.
Oh, man. Dude, Casey did the voice. Do you remember Microsoft like text to speech?
Yeah.
Where you just make it say stuff?
Sure.
Casey does a perfect impression of that voice.
Oh my God.
It is unreal good.
That's so funny.
We did a storytelling show the other night, and he was telling a story about when he spent a long time drinking cough syrup and learning that voice.
Wow.
And it was so good that the format, it was Amy Shaker's Most Expensive Joke show.
Okay. I've seen posters for that.
Premise is you tell your joke and then the cost behind it.
Okay.
So I told my story about getting arrested for weed and then the cost of the lawyers and all that. And so Casey tells that story. But at the end of your story, they opened it to the crowd for questions.
Okay.
And they opened it to the crowd for questions. And I could not help myself but go, do the robot voice. And
not quite a question, but okay.
I know, dude. It's just fucking, it literally how many times as a comedian has someone been like, dance monkey, tell me a joke. And you're like,
he danced. That monkey
you,
danced.
That's not cool. And so you would think I would have the most empathy for doing that to someone else. But then I'm like, robot voice, do it.
I mean, I will say Casey's also a rare breed, Yeah. I feel like he seems totally gung-ho to do that, whip that kind of shit out, like, at the drop of a hat.
He did. He did do it, and it was great, and I cheered. Such an incredible talent.
He's so funny. Yeah. I've never seen anything like him.
I don't think anyone has. It's
unreal what he does.
It's so fun to.
You see him last night at Vulcan?
Yes.
Great. When he knocked down part of the stage.
Yeah, a piece of the stage falls down, and he's just. Oops.
Indiana Jones rolled away from it.
Makes it hilarious. Yeah, man, it's I just realized there's like a dick T-Rex sitting on this ghost bed thing. Right?
Oh, yeah. You're right between us.
That's wild.
How have I not noticed that this entire time?
Is there a story behind that?
It's a walrus dick.
It's a walrus dick.
Huh?
That's not how walruses are.
Yeah,
that's
I
not how
don't-
walruses are at all.
I've encountered too many walruses, but I don't think their dicks have legs.
I'm looking at the wrong thing. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think walrus dicks have legs and a tail.
What are you looking at? Where is there a walrus dick?
Something over here?
Yeah.
It's a scavenger hunt now,
This
Mike.
is terrifying. Guys, help us find the walrus dick.
Can you see the walrus dick? Where is the walrus
Where
dick?
is
Click
the
on it. It's like Dora the Explorer up in here. Shit, man.
Swiper, no
Yeah.
swiping.
Someone swiped it, I think. I can't fucking find it.
Holy shit. I see Bigfoot running with a foot. No, he's giving us a middle finger.
I see a guy with a big fucking nice thick package on a book.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
We got the America Yeezys.
Hell yeah, dude.
All right, this is not good
All right.
podcast.
Well, if you see it,
Yeah.
comment, leave a comment or a review, a 5-star review saying where you saw it.
This is not the Bigfoot. This is not walrus penis. That is a T-Rex body with penis front.
Yeah, you got it, Mike. That's what it is, Mike.
That's relatively new. So,
It looks as if it was 3D printed,
You know, it kind of does.
which means that someone spent a lot of time designing all those veins on that penis. It's wild that so much of art is sexual like that.
It's disgusting. You ever heard of this Georgia O'Keeffe? Fucking bitch. Ruining art.
Just
Making
drawing
it dirty.
pussies.
Yeah, dude. What the
Disgusting.
fuck? That's like, oh, okay. Yeah, when I was in second grade drawing dicks and balls all the time. Might as well put me in a museum. Fucking get fucked, O'Keeffe.
Did you draw dick and balls like a la Superbad?
Religiously.
Yeah?
Religiously.
Did you draw the cool S as well?
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
Incorporated?
dude. That,
S dick and balls?
absolutely. You know that little S symbol you draw around? I'd find any which way to add balls and a wing on that thing.
Love that.
Yeah, man.
I still draw dicks pretty frequently.
That's beautiful. It's good that your inner child is still coming out sometimes.
It is weird that is an inner child activity.
Yeah.
It's penis.
Children are gay as
I
hell.
think my
dude.
inner child was molested
Yeah. Oh no.
by my outer child.
You need to do some digging.
That's what happened. I was digging in my inner child and, and it molested him.
Oh, Mike.
The Spanish word for to bother is molestar.
Like to bother someone?
Yeah.
Like I molested someone?
Yeah. So I have a joke I do on stage sometimes, but it's the whole thing is when you stay at a hotel that's in a Spanish speaking area,
Okay.
it'll say do not disturb on one side, and on the other side it says no molestar,
That's good.
which is awesome.
That's great. I love seeing the word molest on any sign. Doesn't matter what the context is.
But it's also like, if I leave that off, do I get molestar?
Yeah, I think so, man.
I want to give them to children as necklaces. No molestar, Timmy, get out there. You're safe.
There's in Florida, you know, we have a lot of gators.
Yeah.
And near lakes or near areas where there might be gators, there are signs that say "Do not feed or molest the alligators." Those are real signs that you'll see in different spots all over Florida.
Wow.
So I would love to know the backstory behind the genesis for why someone needed to add or molest one day. It was probably just feed for a while, and then it was like, yeah, we've been having a real issue. And someone's like, you don't say it on the sign. The sign doesn't say nothing about me rubbing my balls on that thing.
I
The sign doesn't say shit about me fucking titty fucking
week.
this fucking gator, dude.
You know how hard it is to finger a gator?
Oh, I do. As a
death
Florida
roll.
boy, I do. It's very difficult, but very rewarding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would think it would be scaly on the inside as well, but it's
You
not.
would. It's silky smooth, dude.
Yeah.
So good.
Forbidden fruit.
Forbidden fruit, man. Fuck.
I feel like the molest thing is probably like the same deal as retard. Is it used to mean something, and then like we used it wrong,
Right.
and now it means something else.
Right. It's like it used to mean it was like an old timey word for like have fun.
Yeah.
And then someone had too much fun.
Yeah. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, get out there and molest everybody.
Yeah. Go molest that girl. Have fun.
Yeah.
You too. Sorry, I'm going back to my play where I was that guy from the 20s. That's
Yeah.
what they used to say all the time.
Take care of my daughter tonight. Don't molest her too hard.
Yeah. Well, make sure you bring it back after molesting her, please.
Dude, guy from the 20s needs to be fancy homeless guy.
They're basically the same thing. Yeah. I mean, the homeless people are now listening to what the top 40s were for that guy. You know what I mean? So it all kind of makes sense.
They're time travelers. That's all they are.
Absolutely. I've always said that. I never really, it didn't ever really make much sense, but now it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could time travel, where would you go?
Oh, God. So, a couple months ago, a truck crashed and spilled a bunch of Alfredo sauce on a highway in Tennessee.
Yeah.
So I think I'd want to go back to right before that happened.
And stop it.
And no, I just bring some pasta with me. All that sauce, man. What a waste.
Alfredo.
You should know, as a fellow big guy. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like my 9/11.
I get it. There've been a few food accidents where you're like, who's being punished?
Someone needs to get their hands cut off for this.
I haven't seen anything. We know who's doing all the school shootings.
Right.
We know who's doing the other crimes.
Right.
What about the crimes against humanity?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's so much Alfredo to lose.
It's tragic. I wept.
Yeah.
I was really emotional that day. I was inconsolable.
God, I wish I could keep that character going. The guy who's sad about the Alfredo incident.
Why?
Why would you do that? Man, just, I think I don't know why everyone wants to use a time machine for Hitler.
Yeah. You know, there's so many other people. I mean, Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
No one ever talks about going back and killing Genghis Khan. And I think it's because no one could. I think everyone knows, like, yeah, no, okay, I'd get
I want to go back and see if Alexander the Great was both gay and
was really that
autistic.
great? Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that.
No, but I've read that he was gay and autistic.
Well, really now?
And so...
Okay, well, then to flip it back on the Hitler thing, I've heard Hitler was bisexual, a borderline midget, and a vegetarian, and a painter.
Loved meth.
Did he now?
Loved meth.
They had meth back then.
He made it.
He did now.
That's where meth came from.
I had no idea.
Nazi scientists.
What a lovely, rich
They
history.
were so they had different like speeds and amphetamines and stuff, but the stuff that came to be known as meth was invented to make like Nazi super soldiers.
Yeah, you know what? Now that you say that, I feel like I do recall seeing some clip, some video footage of Hitler looking like really cracked out.
There's
like,
some really good ones of him at like the Olympics, and he's got all of the traditional little fucking meth. Like, it's cool to watch. Yeah, maybe I would go back to when they faked the moon landing,
Okay.
and I would like to be on set
Sure.
just to add like some Easter
Be like a
eggs.
sound guy or something? Like
Yeah.
boom op?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to be the guy that's doing the fan that made the flag wave.
Got it. I would want to do like Foley.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm creating like the fake like moon crunching or like
yeah.
or just I guess maybe the sound probably wasn't that great. I'm trying to think of what that sound sounded like. It's probably just a lot of like beeps. You know what I mean? I feel like you hear that like audio of like of astronauts talking, and it's usually
Yeah.
like just beeps, and then it's like,
And a lot of like,
Houston, beep, we're definitely on the moon right now, totally on the moon. Don't
can we just say that it
just
is
believe me?
Houston's fault
Yeah,
that all of the bad stuff in space that's happened?
yeah.
If they were talking to a real city, you know, if they're like, New York, we have a problem, New York would probably fix it.
New York would have fixed that fucking problem.
Houston,
bro.
we have a problem. Houston's like, we don't care. We're busy cheating to win the World Series.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
I hate Houston.
Fuck Houston.
I like 7
I don't
people
even think I've
there,
ever been
and
to
I would
Houston,
save
but
them from the
fuck it.
hurricane, but I want the hurricanes to destroy that town. And just-
Is there a lot of hurricanes in Houston?
yeah. And you'd think they'd learn and just move. You know?
It's interesting. I thought Texas was more of like a tornado.
No, we get
thing.
tornadoes in like the north, like towards Oklahoma when
Okay.
you get over there, and then out west when you get like El Paso, Lubbock, Amarillo, up there, up this chunk, northwest Texas.
Got it.
But over by the water, we get the wet tornadoes they know as hurricanes.
Yeah, no, I know my hurricanes, man. Florida,
Yeah.
man. I know my hurricanes.
Oh yeah, you guys are getting them. From
There's
both-
one right now.
both- Oh really?
Yeah, the last I've come to Austin several times in the last couple months, and 2 out of the 3 times I've come here, there's been a hurricane that I've missed that like
Whoa.
my wife is dealing with, and I have to like hope she doesn't float away.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Why do you keep making hurricanes when you leave?
I don't know. I don't know what that says about me. I don't know if like my you know, the way that I am and my energy keeps things at bay when I'm over there and they need me, and I'm, you know, I don't know what it is.
How do we monetize this? How do you become wealthy from your hurricane
I think I
powers?
might be a weather machine, man, and I'm scared.
Are you Jewish?
Yeah, man, I control the weather, dude.
I knew it.
I'm not Jewish, though.
Oh.
No.
So then you actually have no effect on the weather
No
whatsoever.
control. I have no power whatsoever.
You son of a bitch. It sucks that Kanye made Jew jokes mean again.
Yeah.
Like we were all just having fun.
It's funny that you mentioned that because, like, having, you know, obviously you've been doing comedy longer than me, but just my little time in comedy, it's been cool to see, for the most part, you know, a lot of things are kind of being a little bit more okay to joke about and talk about, and everyone's kind of getting a little bit better of a sense of humor, I think, generally. But yeah, no, in that one area, I think it's tightening up a little bit now.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, so that's the thing that I like mean jokes when the purpose of them is to be funny.
Of course.
Like I don't believe in punching down.
Sure.
I don't think that exists because I don't think anyone is inherently less than,
I
except
totally agree
for
with that.
handicapped people. But then I have to punch down because they're in their stupid chair.
Right.
But I think that most people that have been through hardships, when they're faced with humor, realize that that's like a healthy like part of that.
Yeah.
You know, like you've gone through something bad, and then someone being able to make that funny, or you being able to make that funny, is a silver lining to an otherwise dark situation.
Absolutely.
So, like, when you make jokes about really anything or any group of people, like, as long as the intent of it is to be funny and it's not malicious and you don't have hate in your heart, it's good. But I think in stand-up,
Which is why we need to ease up on Kanye. He was just trying to be funny. He was just having a laugh.
was just making a
Adidas.
goof.
Adidas. You can't take a joke. Man, what's going on? Did you see that Adidas is going to resell Yeezys under a different name now?
yeah. Do you know who's the most upset about that?
Who?
The Jewish people who thought that they were getting them at a discount.
Yeah, right. I've heard a bunch of
"Oh,
jokes.
cheap Yeezys,
I've
finally."
heard several Jewish comics make that joke. So
Really?
what are they going to do now?
Fuck yeah, dude,
Yeah,
that
man.
rules.
Yeah.
I'm so glad. See, and that's the thing. Like, they should. They should make that joke.
Of course, it's a great joke.
It's man, but the point though is there's some of these people that are not making those jokes in good faith, that do have hate in their heart, or they're just making statements
Right.
that are just meant to.
They ruin it for the rest of us.
Yeah, man.
It's just like they ruin curb stomping for the rest of us. I'm just trying to have fun.
It's just partying with the boys.
I'm just goofing.
just goofing.
Just a little goof. Mike, you want to go get curb stomped? after this?
Yeah.
I don't.
Num 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 curb.
Yo.
Delicious. Ooh,
Curb-flavored
Alfredo
ice cream?
curb stomp.
Okay, we went in different directions.
Okay,
All right.
where'd you go?
I was like, curb flavored ice cream. Back to the Ben and Jerry's thing. Curb core. I don't.
Dude, an American History X ice cream with a
dude.
curb core.
Holy shit. Well, just like how they have Jimmy Fallon on the front and Stephen Colbert in the front, get Edward Norton as a Nazi
Get
on the
Edward
front.
Norton on the front. Dude, I wish so badly I could Photoshop
I
that.
can. I might try and fuck around and make that.
Dude, if you can make an American History X with a curb core
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll send it. When is this episode going to be out?
next Monday.
Okay, I'll have it ready by then.
Dude, pure white vanilla ice cream.
Yep. I'll have it ready by then. You got it.
With chocolate covered German eagles and a curb core.
Okay, ready.
It's the best ice cream flavor known to man. Holy shit.
Holy shit. That's good.
All right. Well, I can't think of anything that we're going to say better than that.
No, I think that's probably it.
Ike, this has been a blast.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Lovely studio you have here. Awesome production, production members, and awesome host. I appreciate you.
Well, thank you so much. Where can people find you?
You can follow me at Ike Rafferty on Instagram.
Rafferty.
Yes.
That's my name. Awesome. Ike, well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you, man.
This has been Highly Social with Mike Eaton. Have a great day.
Bye.